cryptocurrency right now doing something for the first time ever, is there any proof that Bitcoin is about to have a mega bounce and make July 2022 the biggest bounce-a-thon month of the century, as Bitcoin has looked completely downright disgusting for week after week, as every Bitcoin holder is left bloodied and bashed? Is there any hope left? And with one gigantic crypto whale believing that the biggest dump is actually about to happen now, who will be right? So sit down, pull up your charts, pull up your pants, place a couple trades, and message a girl or boy that you want to kiss, and tell them that you will be rich from crypto eventually, and I guarantee they'll get very turned on and they'll like you back. Unbelievable. Bitcoin right now is on the verge of something fantastically big, and one analyst in particular says that tomorrow is the beginning of the biggest switcheroo that we've ever seen. But what exactly does that very vague cryptic message mean? As well, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications. If you're interested in delegating to our pool to earn Ape Society as well as ADA, make sure to do that. Roughly about 10 million ADA in the pool. The rewards are great. ADA and Society tokens for roughly another 5 months, so absolutely gigantic. And as well, if you are interested in making money in this bear market, make sure to sign up with the trading links below with over an additional $16,000 using the specific links in the description below. Trading can be risky, but there is not a single thing in cryptocurrency that is not risky. People would have told you that holding is not risky. Well, if you would have bought Bitcoin in 2017, you actually would be down right now if you bought at 20,000, considering we're below 20,000. But without any further ado, let's dump on it. Unbelievable. Bitcoin right now actually is continuing to set just record-setting volume over the last couple of weeks. Really since the beginning of May, we've seen insane amounts of volume come in for Bitcoin. Again, in my opinion, further marking the possibility of an absolute bottom here. But at this very second, if we go on Bitcoin's 3-day chart, guys, what we still notice is that we're still defending this downward sloping line that we've been in since we ran to 69,000 US dollars. Nice. We've had multiple macro touches. This is a 3-day chart. And if we go to the daily, you actually see we spent prolonged amount of time on this line, and actually right now is the most amount of time we spent on it. And again, I think it goes to show that there's something to be said about the fact that we have not broken down out of this just yet. Each one of these, we have dipped our tip a little bit below in these quick fashions and wicks, but for the most part, the bodies have not closed at all below this. If I were a betting man, which I am because I'm in crypto, I just personally believe that some sort of big relief is on its way. We trended down here for about 2 or 3 months before we got a kind of a baby bounce up here, and now we've been straight dumping again for the same amount of time. You can see if we just kind of square these time zones off, this is about the halfway point. If we cut this time period in half, this would be right about the halfway point. By the time we got to the end of this one, we actually got a bounce. And again, I just think it's very likely with how dumpy the market's been that a bounce is imminent. That does not mean we're going to continue to catapult into a further downtrend, which again, at this point still looks more likely. Again, which is why so many people are trading right now, because, if it is a 1-2 year bear market, pretty much the only chance you have of actually making gains and adding to your portfolio, although it is risky, is trading it. Right? Trading is a much better option in a bear market than it is in a bull market. In a bull market, you can literally just buy stuff, or you can sit on the stuff that you bought in the bear market and just watch it go up and don't do anything, right? You don't have to do much in a bull market to make money. It is harder to make money in a bear market. Although, to be honest, if you just short it, if you've shorted Bitcoin since October, you've made an immense amount of money on Bitcoin because it's only gone down. So again, also it's something to do in a bear market if you're interested in crypto, because let's just be honest. I mean, in these type of conditions, trading's like the only fun thing. It's like the only reason that I've had interest in like staying and watching the market day after day is to look at my trades. Other than that, like I can barely stand looking at these charts. But if we take a look here on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, again, we're still, this is our almost, we're in our 4th week. We just started yesterday below this 200 week moving average. Not good for Bitcoin. We barely spend time below this, but one important thing I think to note is that the entire cryptocurrency market cap is still holding on the 200 week moving average. It's not below it. So that's one positive thing, that we have not seen that Could final capitulation be below that in a quick fashion like we saw back in March of 2020, and then the bottom of the bear market in November of 2018? Very possible. So that's something I think worth noting. But at the end of the day, the entire cryptocurrency market cap is still holding this 200 week. So again, with that, I mean, you can look at it two ways. One, we're still in a totally fine bounce zone, or two, you could look at it as well, we have much more further capitulation to go. But even on Bitcoin's monthly chart, I mean, we're below the 50-month moving average, which is just cataclysmically low. We barely spend time in the past below this. Back in 2015, we didn't even get below it in 2018, but in 2020 we did in that quick fashion. But now here we have the beginning of a fresh month, which just started a few days ago. I personally think that it's very, 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 very unlikely that we'll get this candle to close below this. So what am I saying? I personally think that, if we aren't at the bottom, I believe we are there, and I believe that, unless we just trend into a much longer macroeconomic giant downtrend with the entire world, with crypto specifically, if there's any chance of recovery, a bounce here before the end of this brand new month, July, I think is very likely, meaning above 22,000 basically, I think is just very possible. And that's not even saying too much. It's like $2,000 above where we currently are. That is how bad this price action has been, is that Bitcoin can't even get a $2,000 price move to the upside. So that's worth noting. But here's some good news. So Bitcoin is not going to zero just yet. There has been massive buy orders from whales at about 19,000 and about 20,000. So Bitcoin has successfully created bullish divergence according to Matt Hyland here on the daily time frame. So that's good. For the first time since breaking below 20K, an on-chain analytics resource, Whale Map, confirmed that whales buying coins at 19,200 has once again provided support for this market. And you can see that here. You can see that the large wallet inflows, you can see this massive amount of accumulation by whales at this price. It's quite large, over 100,000 Bitcoin. It happened on the 18th of June. Prior to that, a large portion of December 2018 Bitcoins had moved from the previous 4K bottom. Could be OTC. Looks like great short-term support. But here we have Arthur Hayes, the founder of BitMEX, notorious Moonboy as well, and also Bearboy. Apart from being Independence Day today, is being watched by Arthur as a particularly big catalyst for Bitcoin to drop. So again, as Bitcoin's kind of teetering on the edge of support, he singled out this holiday as a reason that we're about to see something big here to the downside, in his opinion. But he just saw, with the Fed raising key rates, June 30th, the end of this quarter, which just happened, in the beginning of the second half of the year, the balance sheet for the Fed has begun shrinking. And today is a Monday and is a federal holiday. It's a perfect setup for another crypto dump, he says. And he believes it's a wild ride to the downside. The deadline should be July 5th, which is tomorrow, as the return of traders and capital could provide liquidity needed to steady the market. So he's basically saying he thinks a dump is likely today. But, he did also it talks about this prediction that he was wrong about recently, just last month. He made this prediction last month. And looking at this fear and greed index, my gosh, again, it's all extreme fear, guys. If I were a betting man, if I look back 2 years ago and I saw the market in these conditions, the only thing my brain would be saying is, wow, I would buy that. I would be buying that. I would be buying this. I would be buying this opportunity. Again, is that going to be correct? Nobody knows. That's the crazy part. But, all history and all past behavior would tell us that this is, clearly a better time to buy than $70,000 per Bitcoin. But, not a horrible time in the long run. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications. As well, if you're interested in earning rewards, make sure to check out all the links below. And as well, if you are interested in trading, make sure to take advantage of all of the exchange deposit bonuses below, over 16,000 using my links below. Trading is risky. Everything in this market is risky, and there's literally not a single thing, basically at this point, that is not risky. So if you're interested, there's just a couple-minute tutorial each for the exchanges below. It takes less than a minute to sign up, right? No KYC, very easy, very highly recommended and highly regarded exchange as well. So yeah, without any further ado, that's for me.